Hi guys, so this is going to be Avery's 1 month update. I cannot believe she has been here for a month already. She actually turned a month on Saturday and today is Wednesday. Yesterday we had a doctor's appointment, so I wanted to wait for her appointment so that I can give you guys the stats. Of course, as soon as I turn the camera on, she is getting fussy. Let me show her to you guys real quick. Look at her. Say hi. Hi. How good she holds up her head, it's amazing. Hi mama, say look, say hi. Say hi. Hi. I think she wants to eat, but it's kind of early. She just ate not too long ago, but yeah, what are you telling them? See if I can calm her down and do the video. Okay, so I had to feed her because she was just not having it. So first Avery update is her head control is crazy. Ever since the day she was born, her head has been so strong, and I don't know if it's just like a normal thing, but Phoenix's head was definitely not that strong for a couple of months. Maybe towards the end of his second month is when he started getting better, and but he was definitely not to the point where she is for a while, and she holds it up for a very long time. Her neck muscles are just so strong. Even the doctor said that she has awesome neck control, head control. When we put her on tummy time, she's half and half. Like, she kind of likes it, but not too long. She picks her head up so good. I'm telling you, I remember the first time Phoenix picked his head up, and I don't mean to compare, but I've noticed that a lot of people who do updates when have two kids, they kind of compare, because that's what you know one kid, so it's kind of in your mind. It's hard not to compare, like, oh my god, I compared to this. So sorry if I do that. It's not with any bad intentions. So I remember the first time Phoenix held up his head on tummy time really good, and I got this great picture, and I was like, oh my god, like, she already is at that point. So that's pretty awesome. They do say girls advance faster than boys, so I'm kind of starting to see that already, but I don't know if it's just, it's maybe one baby to the next. She's a pretty good sleeper. I can't complain too much. I mean, it's hard going from not sleeping. I was not sleeping until like January. That's kind of when Phoenix started sleeping through the night. So I've been sleeping for like 6 months kind of only, and so going back to that is a little hard, but she's pretty good for the most part. When I put Phoenix down is when she's kind of the fussiest, and I have a hard time putting her, like, after whenever Phoenix goes to bed, her next bottle, after that bottle, it's kind of hard putting her down because she gets fussy, and it's like the hardest point. And I think it's harder for me because at that point, once I put him down, I'm just physically exhausted from the day and tired, and I'm just like, normally that was my time to breathe. So now it's like, oh, she's being fussy. So maybe to me it feels extra fussy, but she's probably being just the same. So that one's kind of hard. I've noticed that if I put her on the bed next to me, she'll fall asleep like this. So I do that and then wait a little bit and make sure she's like asleep, and then I'll change her to the rock and play if I don't fall asleep. And I try my best not to fall asleep because I really don't want her to sleep in the bed with me and get used to that, because Phoenix, I had him sleeping with me for a while, and it was really hard. So, and just at this age with SIDS and everything, it's not something that I prefer to do, and I don't want to start building those habits that I don't want for her. So, but like I said, she'll sleep about 3 hours, sometimes 4. Twice in her first 2 weeks home, she slept 6 hours straight at night, and it was like, I woke up super engorged. I think that's probably the only reason I woke up, and I looked at the time, and I have just like a open note on my phone, and I always write the time she ate so that I know the last time she ate, because my mind's just all jumbled up. So I write down when the last time I pumped and the last time she ate, so this way when she's getting fussy, I can look and be like, okay, yeah, she's definitely hungry or whatever. So I looked back on that, and it was like, oh my god, it's been 6 hours. Like, that was crazy. So she did that twice, and Phoenix never did that until, I can't even tell you until when. So that was good, those 6 hours, and she sleeps now about 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 5. Like, you know, it depends on the time and stuff. Some nights are harder than others, but so far I have to say there hasn't been a night that has been super hard. The only thing is, like, her last feeding, her early morning feeding, like let's say 5ish, 6ish, she'll sleep for a long time, and then Phoenix wakes up in the mix of that, so that one's kind of tough. Or she'll take long to fall back to sleep, and by the time she falls back to sleep, Phoenix is waking up, so I'm like exhausted. So that's the part that makes it tough, and that's a part of having 2, so it has really nothing to do with her. If I just had her, it would be great, because I would sleep all those hours. So she is definitely in the part where she wants to be held a lot, and during the day, like if I have her down, it takes me quite a few times to put her down in order for her to stay asleep and me to get things done. There was a couple days where I had to have her in the carrier to get things done, because she was just like not having it. Every time I put her down, she woke up. And then there's quite a few times where I'll just have her in the rocker by her. I'm saying a lot. This is because I haven't filmed sitting down like this in quite a while. So I'll have her in the rocker, and she'll be awake just looking at the little dangly things, and then she'll just fall asleep by herself. So she's done that quite a few times too. So I mean, it's just like any other baby, she has her times and her moments, and you know, we're just going with it. But for the most part, she's being pretty good. She weighs now 10 pounds, so she has gained 2 pounds since birth, which I personally don't think it's a big deal. Phoenix gained 4 pounds in his first month, because I definitely overfed him. Like, he was drinking like 4 ounces and spitting up a lot, and then I realized that that's why he was spitting up, because he was drinking too much. So that was a lesson learned. But the doctor said that she's been overfed just a little bit, I guess, for her length and the age. 10 pounds is too much, I don't know, but she's 10 pounds 21 inches. So she's healthy and everything looks great. She got her shot yesterday, her second, I forgot what they're called, but she cried, and I was there by myself because my husband went with Phoenix to Home Depot, and I went with her to the doctor just because it's easy. Like, it's hard to, you know, to have Phoenix there waiting in the waiting room and then being there, you know. So my husband said he'll go to the store while I was in there. And so she cried, and then when I picked her up, she just kept crying, and I swear it was the loudest cry I've heard since the first cry. Like, the last time I heard her cry like that was when she came out of me. Like, it was so sad. I was like, oh no, my baby. And she was not consoled easy. Like, normally with Phoenix, as soon as I picked him up and rubbed his back a little or put his passy, like, that's it. He was, you know, fine. She was not. I don't know if it was because it was kind of close to the time for her to eat, so maybe that mixed together was kind of just like, so I fed her, and then she was fine, and she didn't get a fever, knock on wood, and she's been fine ever since. So thank God for that. She's eating 3 ounces every 3 hours. The doctor told me to try to get her to go closer to 4 hours, but it's kind of hard because sometimes it's hard to get her to go to the 3 hours. Like, right now it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes, and she was just not having it. So I'm trying my best, but if she's hungry and all else, you know, I fed her, changed her, everything, and she's still fussing, you know, I'm not gonna make her wait. I don't know. And she is on just breast milk, and the doctor gave me some vitamin D, I think, drops for her. I have to go get them in the pharmacy. Since she is exclusively on breast milk, I am pumping those, so she drinks it in a bottle, and I think I'm gonna do a whole breast milk update about pumping and all that, so stay tuned for that. She loves her bath time, but it does not make her sleepy. It's not one of those. I feel like it wakes her up more. Like, it like gives her a third wind, because it has not worked in my favor of like, oh, and now she's all sleepy, and I do use the lavender scent, so that doesn't work in my favor for that. But she loves bath time. She's just like wide awake and loves when I pour the water on her. She did not cry, not even the first time I gave her a bath, which was shocking because Phoenix cried the whole time his first bath. So it's interesting to see the differences in the kids. Like, it's really been interesting to me. She loves being on her belly. Like, if I lay her on her belly, she'll knock out instantly. So sometimes when she's just being fussy, I'll put her on her belly, I'll rub her back, and then when she falls asleep, I change her because you know, I know that it's not good right now for them to be on their belly. But she does. The other day she was on her belly and I was pumping right there next to her, and she moved her head from one side, picked it up right to the other, and I was like, wow, like, you know, and was stretching out and just doing good. But I still wouldn't trust it for a long time. So, but she loves being on her belly in that sense, sleeping on her belly. She's not good in the car. Again, going to Phoenix, he used to fall asleep right when we got in the car. She does not. If it's time to eat, she wakes up and she screams. Yesterday I was sitting in the back and I was looking at her, and I noticed every time my husband hit a bump or the car moved in a certain way, she just jumped and opened her eyes, and she'd be falling asleep, and then the car would bump and she would like, so the car ride is not peaceful for her. She does not scream the whole time or hate the car seat or anything like that, but it's not like, you know, such a smooth sailing. You know, I always try to make sure she's fed before I put her in the car, and she's in a happy place before we leave the house, because if not, it will affect her. So she takes forever to burp. I have to burp her forever, and if there's times that I, you know, don't get a burp out, I'll lay her down, and a while later I'll pick her up and a burp will come out. Like, she takes so long to burp, and sometimes I think it affects her belly, but she's always passing gas. She's always farting. So I don't know if that's just a way of, maybe she lets it all out that way and doesn't really need to burp a lot, but she definitely doesn't burp a lot, and when she does, it takes a really long time to get it out. Her and Phoenix have the same birthmark, and it's just so cute. They have it in the same place, the same exact birthmark. Hers looks big, just like Phoenix's did at this age, and now that he's grown, it looks smaller. She makes all these noises and the coos and the caws already, and she just moves around so much. Let's see if she'll give me a burp. And she's already starting the smiling, and she smiles a lot in her sleep. Her sleep is where I get the most smiles. Because other than that, she's serious a lot of the times. Like, she'll smile at me if I'm talking to her and, you know, doing all that baby stuff in her face. She'll smile at me, but in her sleep is where she does it the most, because if I'm like taking pictures of her, she always has this serious mean like grin on her this serious like mean face on her, like she's grilling you. It's so funny. And she's wearing a 0 to 3 month clothes. Some of her newborn pajamas still fit, some of her newborn pants still fit. I think all the shirts are tight. It depends on, you know, the material and the brand and all that. You know how it goes, it's never the same. But her 0 to 3 months, like I said, some of them are loose. This is just plain 3 months, not 0 to 3 months, and it fits. The pants fit, the shirt fits fine. And then I have a whole bunch of other ones that everything is still really big. So it depends on the actual thing. I've been going through all her clothes and looking, when I look for her to dress her, and just kind of eyeing it, and I can kind of tell what runs a little smaller and what runs bigger. So, but her newborn clothes, we're getting out of them, and we're going to her 0 to 3 and 3. Like, you know, those are what I'm fluctuating with right now. And she's still in size 1 diaper. She skipped totally the newborn diaper size. When they put it on her in the hospital, it was just small, and they said it was small, and then I tried it myself and it was just too small on her. So she went straight to 1s, and I feel like after the box I just opened of size 1s, I think I'm gonna change to size 2, because I have a whole bunch of boxes of size 2 in the garage. So I figure, why buy another size 1? I don't think she'll last a full another box of size 1. They're kind of like, it fits her, it's not tight, but I just feel like buying another box would just be a waste. I can probably get away with just using the 2s, but I just opened this box and it was like 100 packs, so hopefully she finishes the box out before she gets to 2. So I think that's it for Avery's 1 month update. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll try to get back to you guys. I'm trying to, you know, write everything down, wrap my head around everything to make sure to update you guys. I might do a postpartum update, but I don't think I'll do them regularly. It's just so hard for me to sit down and make videos now, because this is Phoenix's nap time, and then I'm tired, and sometimes I just want to nap. Then I can't really get to edit these videos as good as I can edit the vlogs. So just bear with me, guys. I'm definitely going to get back into the swing of things. I'm just still adjusting to the new life of mommy of 2, but definitely thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video.